Hi guys, Courtney here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to share it with people that you think it might help, that would be awesome too. So I want to give you an update. I almost feel like I'm going to confession. So many of you know I did a year-long no spend last year with some very specific rules. And this year started off with my husband having 2 surgeries. He'll have 3 as of 2 weeks from now. And me having a lot of serious health issues that took me by surprise. And these issues have kept me in the doctor. And because of all the testing, it's made me very ill. And so I had some testing this week again and became violently ill. I had a reaction to the stuff that they put in my veins to take pictures. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how that's impacted the whole no spend challenge for me, and to tell you that it hasn't gone especially well, but I guess that's all relative to what your spending habits were before. But through this, I guess the blessing, and one thing that I shared with everybody from the get-go was that the wonderful thing about it is the awareness that a no spend brings. Yes, it's about saving money. Yes, it's about learning about yourself. But the awareness, and when you see what you're spending your money on and how your thoughts and your emotions work, it's really like amazing. And so that's probably the biggest blessing of all of this. So I will tell you, first of all, our spending, and then I'll tell you my money mindset changes and some revelations I've had in regards to abundance and health and finance. So for Valentine's Day, I did not spend any money, which I felt a little bit of a Scrooge. I wrote my husband, oh, it's right here, this card, and I made it from scratch, and it says, for Cowboy Jim. It's got a picture of a cowboy and a heart. And I wrote him a letter, and I wrote 10 things about him that I love. And I also will mix up from time to time lotions with essential oils and rub his feet, because he stands all day as a police officer and his feet hurt. So last night I spent about 30 minutes rubbing his feet with essential oils and lotion, and he really appreciated that. I could have gotten him something, but I randomly will surprise my husband with gifts anyway. So he was extremely happy, and it worked out. Now my husband, on the other hand, he went and got dinner. Now, he's not on the no spend challenge. I was still sick from the reaction. He went and got dinner. He went and got me chocolate strawberries. And he also went and got me a $35 singing teddy bear, which, God love him, he does not get the whole minimalist thing for me. And I have to, to some extent, you have to accept the intention behind why someone else is doing what they do. And he's a very loving and generous man. And so at 48 years old, just to have someone that cares about me that much, you know, I said, honey, you didn't have to spend $35 on that. And he said, yes, I did. You're worth it. I'm like, okay. Take it. Just be grateful that you have someone in your life that loves you that much. So I am, for sure. The other things, I'll just want to tell you my spending. So on Monday, I went to Whole Foods because I ended up at the cancer center. I am supposedly cancer-free. We're still waiting on some tests, but it looks good. And I ended up buying my groceries at Whole Foods. I spent $85. I didn't spend any more money except $20 that I gave my husband on Wednesday when I was at the heart doctor to get me something to eat, because I was so sick, and he got himself something to eat. And again, he's not on the no spend challenge, and our money is together but separate, and I won't go into all of that, but we have our general account, which pays the bills, and then we have business accounts, and we have an agreement to take up to $200 a month spending money that we're not accountable for. And so I was still trying not to spend my $200 a month and to just hold on to it. But I was so ill, I just threw a 20 item in the car and just said, get whatever you want, because I really didn't care at that moment. I have been, because of my own health issues, and because we are starting a cancer program at work, and because I work with people with cancer and heart disease, I have been just reading like crazy. I have read 3 books this month on yoga therapy and cancer, and I've just been fascinated with that. And so that led to a little bit of spending that I felt was necessary and justifiable. I purchased some supplements for my health, and it wasn't a lot. They were $15. Some turmeric oil and sandalwood, an Ayurvedic treatment for my thyroid, for this big tumor, and I have 2 tumors in my neck. I also, and for my husband's feet. And then I also went ahead and decided to get some matcha tea and some stevia. I went ahead and ordered that online because it's cheaper than the store. And one thing I went ahead and got, which I struggled with this decision, but I'm going to tell y'all, because it's really easy to justify spending money when you're on a no-spend challenge. You can justify anything. I had the Cheap and Easy cookbook in my list on Amazon. I did not just scroll. I wasn't just scrolling through Amazon. I decided to go ahead and order it. It was $9 because I feel like my food budget is out of hand and I need some help. I took the money out for cash this week for the food budget. I have written down all the recipes. I don't see well, so I can't see that PDF even if I blow it up. And I really felt like the hard copy. I felt like the $9 would save me probably $90 in groceries. And I justified spending that because I really felt like it would be beneficial. And so that's been my only expense except for the shirt. Otherwise, I haven't really been spending. I really don't want to go out to eat a lot. Next Friday, we have a trip that we have to take. We were given tickets to a concert, and I know we'll have to eat out there. And so my husband will probably pay for that out of his spending money because it's a trip that he's had planned. And otherwise, I'm doing really good. I'm not really spending any money. The other, let me talk real quickly before I get off of here, but the mindset thing. 2 things. I've been feeling like my illness might have something to do with my mindset. 2 major issues: forgiveness and scarcity. You have to understand, I was raised in a home. My grandparents went through the Depression. They never said we were poor, but they acted as if we were. And just, if you know people from the Depression, we used everything up. We wore it out. My grandmother sewed the holes in our socks. We reused microwavable containers over and over and over again. We never purchased hardly anything new unless it was absolutely necessary. We drove cars for 20 years. I mean, all the stuff that you're supposed to do to be frugal, but the mindset around it was scarcity, and I picked that up. I'm so grateful that they taught me how to be resourceful. I'm so grateful that my grandparents taught me to save money and be frugal. But they also instilled in me, like, oh my gosh, a rainy day is coming, like the storms are on the horizon. And I started realizing that mindset was making me sick, and I need to have an abundance mindset. And it's so easy to know you need to. We all know that. It's so easy to know that you should just be grateful and everything's going to be okay. But there's also that fear in the back of you that if I don't try harder, then things might not be okay. But you know, we're on baby step 6. We've saved a year's worth of savings. We have no debt. We are paying our mortgage off. Things are good. And I just want to start being more like, thank you. Thank you that we have money for my husband to go pick up dinner when I'm sick. Thank you that we have a home and a farm. And I say thank you and gratitude every day. But I want to try to change my thinking about money. The last thing was forgiveness. There's someone in my life that, or I should say more in my children's life, that I have a lot of anger with, and I keep feeling like I need to forgive them, and it's making me sick, and I'm having a really hard time because things keep popping up. And my children will call me with their hurts, and I don't want to share too much here, but just to say that a friend yesterday said, well, maybe the goal is not forgiveness. And I realized my goal is not forgiveness. My goal is acceptance. And so I'm working on that because I feel like I need to accept some things, and I need to find some abundance around money and my thoughts around money. So I'm going to keep working on my savings. I'm going to keep working on the plan, but I'm going to change my attitude, y'all. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate you being here. Bye-bye.